always want to start a startup of my own. Okay, so I learned a lot of things. Okay, especially when I was in a meeting and some of the mentors were sharing a story about Steve Jobs.
We have often heard that barriers are something which hold us behind. In today's Marvel Intern podcast part 4, which is presented to you by ULead community and powered by Unschool, we are going to present to you a Marvel intern who has broken all the barriers, who has claimed himself to be an introvert and now is doing wonders and has created leaders after him. We're going to hear a story of a leader who has led its way and made more leaders in the process. Hi, Jivanshu.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So, Jivanshu, you are a Marvel intern. So, I want to know, how is it going?
It's going good. Like it was an amazing journey.
It was an amazing journey. So, Jivanshu, where are you from?
I'm from Kolkata.
You're from Kolkata. So, Jivanshu, how long have you been a part of this organization?
I would say half a year.
Half a year. And who was your operations executive?
Vanshika Katal ma'am.
Okay. So, how was your journey all in all? Like, how did you start and how did everything go moving forward?
Okay, so I joined as a youth influencer. Okay, so I was kind of an introvert kid. So if you would have told me to go out and speak to people, it would have been a very difficult task for me. But this Unschool opportunity made me a kid, a very confident person, so that I can speak to people and not only speak to people, lead a team of my own.
Okay. So, when you say you are an introvert and you became confident, so that is a very tremendous and a very tiring journey. So, how was that transition? Like, how long did it take? When did you become that? Like, you mentioned yourself as a confident person now. So, how long did it take for you to become that confident person?
Okay. So starting, right? So when I started, it was a very difficult journey, right? Like once you're starting something, it's very difficult, right? But the Unschool community and the mentors, like Vanshika ma'am and all, everybody supported me and encouraged me. So I started going out and speaking to people again. The, then gradually, I would say, let's say around a half a week, yeah, then things started getting a little bit okay. It started building momentum, and then once that momentum has been built, it was really good. Okay? And yeah, that went on, and I was now able to speak up to people and express my ideas in a very structured way.
Okay. So basically, you have started your journey as a youth influencer and you went on being a youth leader, right? So, first that I want to know from you is you are from Kolkata. So, did you lead people from different cities as well?
Absolutely. It was from pan India, like people from Maharashtra, people from Pune, people from Odisha, people from Rajasthan, like all over India. I just can't name all the state. It was like around 10 to 15 states, and like diverse people from different state, different culture. So yeah, almost each state, like every state, I have leaded the team.
Okay. So, when you were leading people from different pan India states, pan India cities, how was your experience? Like, how did you connect? How did you communicate with them? Like, how did you get on the same page? Ki, okay, I'm trying to convey something to you. How did they understand that?
So especially let's say people from let's say South India, it was a difficult to communicate with them because of the language barrier. But English was the main channel, but still it was some emotional connect which led on to me speaking to them and they being understanding to me. Okay, so apart from that, people are same, right? Emotions are same, and it's understanding what people need, and then things work pretty well.
So moving on to the next question. So as you know that Unschool is a startup which has not very recently but has come to the market, right? So how was your experience working into startups?
So first of all, I was I felt really good. Okay, so I was working in a startup. I always want to start a startup of my own. Okay, so startups are like giving opportunity to people to, let's say, think about and start something of their own. Okay, they're creating a ecosystem where young talents are coming up and starting something of their own. Okay, and speaking about Unschool, okay, the journey of Unschool was really amazing. Yeah, and what Unschool is giving, right? Um, Quality education, okay, and trying to, would say, revolutionize the education system, which teaches us theoretical things, I would say, most of the time. And so Unschool is kind of a game changer in that.
Okay. So when you talk about revolutionizing the education system, which we also call as reinventing learning, so what roles do you think you have played in that? Like as a youth influencer or a youth leader, what are the different roles that you have played in reinventing the learning?
So talking about the role, I especially um, spreaded the idea of Unschool. Okay, so that was a very good catalyst, I would say, in my states and people who are around me and interns working under me. So I tried to inspire them, not only related to the work which we needed to do, but related to startups and marketing, sales. So it was kind of a catalyst role in inspiring people around me, I would say, and people working with me.
What are the different attributes you have taken from this internship?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I learned how to present an idea in a structured way. Okay. And as you know, people are connected by emotions. Okay. So it's two ways of presenting an idea, right? So it's understanding what people need and presenting them in a very attractive form so that they connect with that.
So you mean you found out a proper channel of communication with people, right? So, in this process, from a youth influencer to a youth leader, you have spoken to people from pan India, be it people you're interviewing, be it people you're moving forward with. So, what was the changes in their behavior, or how did they portray themselves?
Okay, so it's a very different story. Okay, starting from when interns are new, right? They are quite motivated, they are quite energetic. But what happens is when you give them the practical work, right? What happens is they start to become a little bit demotivated. So that's your role as a leader to motivate them, guide them, and make them energetic. So that's what Unschool did for me, right? When I started, okay, I was quite of very underconfident. So the Unschool community, my mentors, Vanshika ma'am, everybody supported me, and yeah, that went out pretty well. So inspiring is what leads people, right?
Okay. So, as you know, like no one other than you would know it better that this process is not just about the positives, it has a lot of negatives and a lot of rejection. So, throughout the process, throughout the journey, how did you face those rejections? Like, how did you move forward, carrying forward those rejections?
So honestly speaking, like when I was starting, okay, the process was really disappointing, okay, because the point is we have never done that, right? Never done that. So I went out to people, spoke to people, okay. So people sometimes said no, sometimes said they're interested but they didn't. When somebody joins, right, they're energetic, they're motivated, but sometimes like with facing rejection, right, so what happens is people say no to you in front of you. Okay, you realize that somebody says no to you, right? We are growing up, nobody said no to us, right? People are saying no to you. So that was a very good learning lesson to you. Understanding from my mentors, I tried to pitch them in a better way as what I did. Okay, so that made a positive impact.
So as you said that you have taken a lot of positive attributes from this internship, you have taken a lot of positive qualities from this internship, and you have led teams. Like I guess you have led big teams. So would you like to share any funny incident which happened with your teams, like while you were leading this team, something which happened in a very which actually you still remember and it a smile comes on your face?
Okay, so talking about that, okay, so once I was leading a team, so one of my intern said that they're quite unwell. Okay, so I thought that maybe he or she, I'm not okay, so was unwell. Okay, so I thought that it's okay, right? Now suddenly what happens is after one day, okay, the person says that I'm unwell, I won't be able to work with you for tomorrow, let's say for a week. So I said it's okay. I was just a beginner. Okay, I didn't know that people do that, right? They give excuses. Now what happens is at that night, the same person comes up to me and says that I got an enrollment. Like I got people to convert me. So I said that you were unwell, right? So he said that no, actually I was unwell, but I went to college and I pitched to people, and somebody came up and like he was ready to go with the enrollment. So I was like, I got it. Like he was giving an excuse. So I was like, you could have said me in front of my face, right? So he said that no, I couldn't tell you because I was very underconfident.
Okay, so basically from this incident, you took the good part also, you took the like you also had a lesson to learn, which you continue, like which you kept in your mind for the rest of your internship, and other than that, you also got your target, right? So other than that, Jivanshu, like you have been a great youth leader and you have led teams, so you have got a lot from this internship, as you mentioned. So what would have you passed on to your interns? Like if I say that you being a youth leader have made more leaders in process, is that a true statement?
Quite true, quite okay. So I tried to inspire my interns. Okay, the way my mentors and the Unschool community did to me. Okay, I try to do the same because the point is the people who are like, let's say, I won't say senior to us, but who are guiding us, right? If they support us and are empathetic towards us, yeah, they listen to me. I guided them and they were inspired. And I suppose there were quite a number of youth leaders who did pretty well. Okay, so after my guidance and things, so yeah.
Okay, okay. So Jivanshu, like we have all heard of the saying like rolling stones do not catch any moss, right? So the process, the transition of you from a fresher to a youth influencer to a youth leader might have been very hectic because it's a long process. But what are your plans moving forward? Like, how has this internship molded you or helped you in your career? Or, like you say, that you have become confident, but what has it contributed to you in your career wise?
Okay. First of all, as I said, I learned how to communicate well. Okay. I learned how to market yourself. Okay. Because let's say you are doing a job, you are doing a business, you need to know how to market yourself in any scenario, right? So that was a very good point I learned. Okay. Because marketing is something we are kind of cliche about, right? It's not everybody's job, but I would say everybody should learn marketing because that's going to help them. Let's say you are a software engineer, like anything, right? You need to pitch your skills to people, right? So that's why I suppose marketing, communication, and I would say people skill, these are quite important skills, and I learned those skills all because of Unschool and the ULead community.
Okay. So you mentioned something about people skills, so which is basically the soft skills, right? So how important do you think the soft skills are? Like talking about soft skills, everybody thinks it's a very simple thing. You just go and talk to people and that's soft skills. So how important do you think soft skills play in a student's or a student's life or in a student's career?
So in order to understand soft skills, I would say you need to understand people's psychology.
Okay.
In order to understand people's psychology, you can understand yourself
Okay.
because we're kind of same, right? But we're different, but we react most of the same, right? So if you want to understand people, right, you can understand yourself, that how would you have reacted in that situation. Okay, and you can apply that to the people you're talking with. Okay, that's going to help you a lot.
Good. So, while you were talking to people, did you find that they had the same mindset or the same psychology based on their cities?
I would say no, because not much, because I would say India and the mindset is growing. Um, Talking about this, okay, especially the startup culture, which has just boomed, right? Everybody's into startups. At least everybody's thinking about it, right? At least not doing, but everybody's thinking about it. Okay, so I would say almost everybody wanted to learn. Everybody wanted to upscale. They wanted to learn a skill that might give them returns. Okay, so yeah, I would say not much, but depending upon different states, there was a slight mindset change. So let's say talking about Mumbai and Kerala, okay, these people didn't worried about, let's say, a price tag. Okay, if somebody is giving you a value, right, they value that. But let's say some states, right, people were quite skeptical about that. But still, if you present them in a better way, they understand the value and go with you.
Yeah. So Jivanshu, like what? Okay. So now that you are done with your tenure, and we are so sad that your internship has ended, but what would be a message, a last message that you would like to give to the upcoming youth influencers and youth leaders?
Okay, that's a very good question. Okay, so talking about one advice, I would say patience and taking the initiative. Okay, so talking about leaders and interns. Okay, when they start, I've seen like some of my colleagues and members. Okay, they're quite not patient about it. Okay, so you need to be patient, right? When you are starting something new, you need to be patient because results come. But if you're consistent enough, the result comes. But you need to be patient. And talking about initiative, what happens is in order to you become a leader, right? You need to take the initiative. You need to do the extra work. Okay, that's what makes you a leader and shows you a responsible human being. Okay, so that's what I would say to the upcoming interns.
Okay. Jivanshu, before moving forward, I have a question. Okay. So, when you term yourself as an introvert, and now that you say you are a confident person, so somewhere or the other, you have come out of your shell, right? So, is it possible for a introvert person over time to become confident? Like, how does that process work?
So that process, I would say, is that can happen. Okay, but the point is we need to practice. We need to go out and speak up with people. Okay, that's what we do. That's what we do. We read 100 books, we watch 100 videos, but we don't go out and speak to people. Okay, practice is what would help you, and practicing. I would say practicing in front of a mirror. Okay, that's going to help you a lot.
Okay, okay. So have you practiced in front of mirrors before doing the
Yeah,
pitches?
I have done that. Okay, I have practiced that with my mentors, like pitching a pitch. Right, I've done that quite a lot.
And like before taking inductions, did you have a plan key? Okay, you want to move forward in this direction. Did you do a proper planning? Like,
Okay, so I recorded a video before doing an induction. Okay, and I wrote a plan. Okay, and when I went in the induction, I was blank, like the first time. No plan was working. But
ab-
practice is what makes it, right?
so you have felt that transition in yourself, is what you're trying to say. Ki you were numb and then it started happening. So just the process is flowing. Okay, Divyanshu. So moving forward, is there something that you would like to talk about the ULead community, about Unschool, like ULead being the largest student community? Is there something that you would like to share about this community?
Okay, the community is amazing. Okay, I was really sad. Okay, like leaving it. Okay, it's really amazing. Okay, the people there. Okay, they're quite supportive. They're quite inspiring. Okay, like I've seen coaches and giving so inspiring speeches. I was like, I need to be there, right? I need to speak like them. Okay, and also it is disciplined. Okay, with being fun and learning, it is discipline. That's a very good point. People are amazing and people support you. Okay, some of my colleagues and like mentors have become like friends of mine, like so it's a very good community for you to be in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jivanshu. So, Jivanshu, moving on to the last question of the session, like, now that you have decided to move forward in your life, so where do you see yourself? Like, what are you moving forward towards? What are
Okay.
your long-term goals?
Okay. So first of all, I want to start a startup of my own. Okay. And Unschool has been a catalyst in that. Okay. So I the founders and other people, I heard this story that was quite inspiring. Okay. It kind of boosted me into it. But right now I am focusing on learning new things. That's the mindset which I learned at Unschool. Okay. Constantly learning it and growing in life.
So would you like to give us a glimpse about what you're moving forward, what your startup ideas are like, if you would like to share?
So I don't have a startup idea right now, but I'm inspired by Unschool and the story of the founders for starting my startup my own. But right now I'm learning and growing. Okay. And also I would like to do something regarding education and trying to make it better, because I understood that people and youth, right? We have been in the education system for, let's say, 18 years, right? It might be sounding a little bit controversial, but if I ask a higher secondary student that, do you have a skill that a company is willing to pay you for, right? We don't have it, right? So Unschool is also doing a very good work to provide you the right skill so that you get a very good knowledge of the industry and you are an employable person.
Thank you so much, Jivanshu. It was so amazing talking to you. Like, I got a lot of insight. And thank you so much for being a part of ULead, being a part of Unschool, and hope to see you somewhere soon in life in a very, very, very better place. Thank you so much, Jivanshu. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.